Welcome to Mindfully Integrative Podcast with your host, Dr. Damaris G. Mindfully Integrative is a podcast discussing ways toward mindfully incorporating integrative health into our lives. This podcast will have informative resources, fun topics, interviews, and discussions relatable for today with a true mindful perspective in a mind-body, holistic life approach.
Hi, how are you? This is Dr. Damaris Maria Grossman, and this is the Mindfully Integrative Show. And today we have an amazing guest. Her name is Kristi Seiler. She is a warrior and a woman helping those with autoimmune disease with her functional nutrition and health coaching and helping empower them with their better mindset. So thanks so much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be on here.
I'm really glad that you took the time and kind of letting people know a little bit about you. So what's a little fun fact that someone may not know about you?
Fun fact. Okay. I work with women with autoimmune disease and I work in the health field, but a little fun fact is I also like to do independent films. I'm in films, and I don't know if you ever seen The Chosen.
Wow. The Chosen, a religious film, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it like and it's online? I feel like I've seen it. It sounds familiar.
Yeah. They have they do on like
the
the life of Christ and stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that sounds so nice.
So
you made it?
Well, I was a extra, and that was exciting. So I like to be extras and do that stuff. And so look for me. It's actually coming out soon. So look for me.
Oh, it's not something previous, like an older. It's a new
season 3 is coming out.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah, it's a TV series.
Oh, I was thinking I'm thinking of a movie. Maybe I'm thinking of a movie. Okay.
Oh, you're going to love this. So it's a TV series, and season 3 is actually coming out I think the first episode's coming out in the theaters. So I am an extra, but I did, they had us walking down the hill. So I tried to like trip so I could be noticed a little bit more. But they retook it, so I don't even know if you'll see that part.
That's cool. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So you like doing that on the side, like once in a while?
Oh, I love it. It's fun. Yeah.
So you have like a real creative side to you.
I do. I feel like that's just another part that I just love to use and bring into my business, and also do outside fun little films here and there.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself. We're talking about that you help a lot of women with autoimmune disease, but kind of what got you into that? Because in the integrative health space, that's something different. People have this own thought of what it is to heal or help with autoimmune, or feel like they can never heal it. What have you found for yourself? Did you yourself have autoimmune disease?
Actually, yes, I was diagnosed it wasn't actually that long ago that I was diagnosed with lupus, systemic lupus. And originally, when I went to college a while back, I was going into the health field, and I was like, okay, I'm going to help people. And it was going to be to lose weight, because for me, I wanted to lose weight. And so I thought, if I went through this, I'll lose weight, and then I'll help people lose weight. And I did my major in health and wellness. And unfortunately, as a personal trainer, I couldn't win my own battle with weight. And so I left that field, and so discouraged, and ended up being like a flight attendant and stuff like that. But I did get victory over my weight. And I was like, oh, I can do this again. I'm going to go back into the health field. And I ended up putting myself through school again as a flight attendant to do health coaching and functional nutrition counseling and all these other modalities I learned. And so as I was going through that, I actually, ironically enough, ended up getting an autoimmune disease myself. And so, with all that stress and stuff, it just kind of kicked over into that. And it was ironic, because I was praying. I was like, Lord, what do I do with where you want me to send, like where you're sending me? Do I want to work in this field, like weight loss or autoimmune? And then it was really not long after that I got that. And I thought, okay, this is my fight now, and I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to use this to help others too, as they walk through that struggle. And so that's actually something that became a blessing, though it was very discouraging at the moment. It became a blessing that God has actually been able to use me to learn more and to dive deeper into autoimmune disease and help other women fight autoimmune disease.
I think that's so important. Like you said, it's like a blessing in disguise, even though when you were at your darkest and your hardest time, the Lord in your faith, and now through your direction of education, educating other women on what your journey is and how to help them too, because now you've learned more.
Yeah.
That's so important. It's so important. I'm, as I spoke to you very briefly before, I love functional medicine. And I think that there is many things that we can heal in our bodies by learning. Yeah. And what did you learn through your journey?
Well, it's funny. So I went through school and learned all this nutrition stuff and how to fight disease with that. And then I was under this high stress and I broke out in shingles. And it was just like, it was so painful. And I was so discouraged. I was like, okay, I know I need sunlight. Once it healed, I was like, let me go out and get some sunlight and some fresh air and start to rebuild my immune system. So I did that. And then right afterwards, I had this horrible rash, like this intense rash. And it turned out to be a lupus rash. It felt like my body was on fire. It was just intense. And the doctor was gone that week. And I was like, get back fast. She came back. I went in there and she goes, oh, you have, you have lupus, right? Systemic lupus. And she told me right after that, she said, you will either die from a heart attack, a stroke, or kidney failure. That's what she told me. And she walked out.
Oh, just like that. No big deal.
Yeah.
That's what I cannot stand about the modern conventional work right now. That's why I'm so obsessed with Living Grape Health, because she just walks out after telling you some news like that and doesn't even like direct you into something further. Oh my goodness. That breaks my heart.
I got punched in the gut.
Breaks my heart for you. My heart is totally, I just want to give you a hug because I can imagine how that must have felt.
Oh, I love hugs. You know what? It felt like someone just punched me in the gut. And I was just like, what just happened? I don't even know what lupus was. I had to
you had to Google it, right?
Yeah. I was like, Dr. Google, what's lupus?
But I mean, it's not fair that's what gets me so in tears sometimes for my patients and providers, like even client, like I'm like, I can't, she should have given you something. Oh, this is what you're going to die from. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Lord. All right. Now you have to go to faith because no one else is going to talk. Like you should always have your faith, but it's like, this provider should be giving you some guidance. Oh, that's such a shame. I'm so sorry that
I called her back in. I was like, oh no, I know we're not done. We're not done, right? If you're going to tell me something, right? And of course they went to medicine, of course. And so it was like, we'll take
probably biologics. Yeah.
Gave me a steroid shot. I couldn't sleep for 3 days. I got worse and worse. And anyways, that began.
You will get worse until you understand the body.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's such a shame because it's like the initial fix is steroids and suppressing the immune system.
Yeah, that's.
And I understand the reasons why there are some acute moments, but when you really understand why your body is doing what it's doing,
yes,
machine, right? There's got to be a reason. There's an underlying reason why you were having what you were having.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because school prepared me. It prepared me and said, okay, look, this is what you do, how you do it. So I thought, then I said, okay, you know what? I already know what route I want to take. So I thought it was going to be a breeze. I really did. I thought, well, I know what to do for myself and I'm just going to do this. And unfortunately it wasn't. It was a huge struggle. It was the struggle of, I'm breathing, but I feel like I'm not really living and I can't get out of bed and I'm constantly sick and I'm, it was one infection after the other. And it was a very low moment. But, the thing about bio-individuality, God kind of showed me, hey, look, this is what we need. This is what you need. This is what your body needs. And he kind of took me on this journey. And so it was like, okay, I know all this stuff, but now I need to learn how to apply it to myself and what works for me and what doesn't. What works for Susie doesn't work for Jill. What works for Bob doesn't work for Jim.
What was some things that were really helpful for you?
What were some things that were really helpful for me? That's a good question. This sounds so simple, but sleep, just say, hey, look, if you're not getting your sleep, your body cannot repair itself. You can take all the vitamins, minerals, everything you want to take, all the meds, whatever, take everything you want to take. But if you are not getting your sleep, this is a losing battle. And it was so funny that God was just like, I was thinking something big and he's like, you need to work on your sleep, period.
Yeah, I mean, it's so I'm writing a book right now, and it's a whole chapter. I probably should write a whole book on just sleep alone. So sleep is one of the most powerful things. And if you're, of a woman of great faith, right? You have a day of rest for a reason. You have like 6 days of work and a day, and the rest is it's so quality. And if you're not getting it, or it's not a quality amount of sleep within your body, you are not going to function. And it keeps like bringing back the body as a machine, and we need to rest it, and we need to give it the nutrients and the time. And it's like, I'm glad you got to rest, because not everybody even listens to that.
Yes. And that's actually what kicked me over too. I was so busy. I didn't have time to sleep. I was eating healthy. I was doing everything, but I was just too busy, and then bam, I just immediately woke up, shingles, pain. And then that's literally what kicked me over. That turning point. There's always like some kind of high stress or something. But the crazy thing is it didn't just happen overnight, though we see that. It's a progress of a lifestyle.
Right, of course. And then it's learning those things. So, I mean, I made a passion podcast of being mindful every day, and it's something that, little by little, and, one step at a time, and with your faith and with your time and with your energy. And you've obviously have learned these little parts, which is amazing. Now you have been working on with other women as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what has that been for you? Has that been for you, like working with them? Your journey, have you noticed, you have a certain protocol, or do you do it a certain way, or is each person individual?
Everybody's pretty individual, to be honest with you, but there is a certain protocol in a sense. Yeah. So for instance, there are things that I have to, no matter who you are, find a way to get you to take it out of your diet and exchange something else. Like for instance, sugar. Sugar is not good for anybody. Sugar affects everybody. Sugar destroys and robs everybody's body. Sugar is just one of those that it's like, it's going to drop your immune system and all this other stuff. So there are certain things, like we call it clearing the muddy waters, that we take out, that we know needs to be taken out for healing. Right. And then there's things that we need to look at, and that's the individual, what we need to look at putting back in. And then the individual also is, some people a lot of people have food sensitivities, and they're not all going to be the same. So, like some people got to take out the, dark shades. Other people got to take out broccoli. I can't eat broccoli, you know?
Some people can't. So some people are not able to eat some, and other people, some people can do juices, some can't do smoothies, some can do, nuts, some can't, some can do fish, some can't. So yeah. And it's understanding or learning more about who they are and their bodies, right?
Yes. So much so. And everybody's different too, because some illnesses do come on because of an emotion, maybe a trapped emotion or something. And other people, so you'll notice, I lost my son not so long ago, and then all of a sudden I got this, and so there's a lot of emotional healing that needs to go with that too. It's not just, let's just work on your eating. So we look at the whole approach too, your
it's
mind.
So important. I mean, there is something beyond, it's just not a one pill fix anymore. You got to really look at the whole picture of the whole health, and I totally commend you for that, and seeing where, what needs to be done to kind of look at that. And you're a perfect example of, you had an illness and your doctor just was like, all right, here's a pamphlet, or no, I don't even think you got a pamphlet, right? You just bye.
It was like, I got a list on how I could possibly die. Oh, thank you.
Thanks. I mean, I literally had to change my whole practice, like literally my own practice and my whole because I don't want to practice like that. I can't. Wow. It's just, it makes me batty as a provider. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, I no longer want to be somebody that's not going to listen to someone. I can't,
That's powerful.
I just want to give people their time and also give like the love that I can. I can't fix everything, but it's like, when I was working prior to that, like before I changed my mindset, I remember as a provider and thinking about, for you as a patient, like, oh my gosh, 10 minutes, if I was 10 minutes with you and telling you something like that, it would break my heart. It would break my heart.
That means a lot though. People want to be heard. Sometimes you have somebody come in and they just need to be heard. Yeah. And so that's powerful.
Yeah. And I can imagine, the emotional healing that you have to do for these patients, not just talking about their nutrition side. So there's that other sector that people don't talk about, that, that the trauma and the stress and the emotions, and bringing back the listening and the faith and whatever spirituality it is for them to kind of look within, and that, having people do those things and learn that could be a lot.
Yeah. I used to be a massage therapist before this, and it's crazy
That's
because
very effective and helpful.
Yeah, it was, I was medical massage. And so, learned, but people literally had trapped emotions. So even if you're working on someone, you could just touch it wrong, or you could touch a muscle that might be a trigger that would set them out of reality and into an emotion. And then you just had to bring them back. Hey, okay, let's bring you back present, where we're at. What's your name? Is it, this is where we're at. And so it does show that even emotions can just be trapped in the body and cause so much. I don't know if you've ever heard, I'm sure you have, the emotion code, where they work on your emotions subconsciously and kind of help release what may be trapped within your body. Trapped energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Trapped energy. Because when you really look at it, I've had this conversation with another individual, in science, in life, and in faith, we're all, energy is not created or destroyed. So whether you want to be spiritual or not, or scientific or not, your energy is there, whatever you want to call it, it's still being created within, right? So it can be blocked. And if we don't really recognize that, those blockages will never go away.
Yeah. Yeah. And, so I just thought that was interesting. I thought, I'd share that.
I completely agree with you. I think it's so important. It's it's part of that, conversation of what's going on. You're touching these people, they're getting this energetic response. And are they crying? Are they, what's their response? Crying, yelling, screaming? What happens mostly?
Yes. And the power of physical touch. When I did get, I was sick when I got the shingles and when I got that big rash, and it was months. I couldn't get it to go away. And finally, I got my health back, started rebuilding my immune system and reducing inflammation. Well, I hadn't been touched. I hadn't been touched in I don't know how long. It was like people were scared to be around me. And but they tell you all this stuff. My mom, I remember she's talking to me about, trying to give me a health talk or a lecture or something to motivate me. And it just didn't work. And I had sat down on the bench and she came over there and she didn't say a word. She just hugged me. And that right there empowered me more than anything in this world. And I just cried in her arms for an hour or so. You would thought it rained outside. I cried so hard. But it was powerful. It was powerful. Sometimes just a touch, God just knows. God knows what you need. And he brings someone that way, and just sometimes it's just a touch. And you're that speaks volumes to someone who's going through autoimmune disease and is struggling and feels so distant from reality in the world and the ability to live.
Their body is just in a disarray. Their energy is scattered or inflamed or enlarged in a not so way, or lacking of something. And you're right. Touch, listening, giving a smile. So important. How can those, or let me go back and say, what would be something through your journey that is a thought or I call it a mindful way that you'd like to tell the audience to help them out?
A thought or something mindful.
Yeah, or just something that has helped you. What was one thing you would say? You said sleep was one.
Yeah. Well, mindfully, I would say gratefulness. I know that sounds crazy,
that's beautiful. Yeah.
It's just being grateful is changing. It's rewiring the mind, and it's putting in positivity in your body, and it's focusing. If you change your focus, you are changing your life. Okay. When I lost weight, I didn't lose, when I was struggling with my weight and I left everything, and I felt defeated and I was asking God, why can't I have no control over food? the thing that he told me was, I was looking at people and being like, oh, she's so beautiful. Look at me. And then I would start talking negative myself. He said, celebrate her beauty. Look at her. Oh, she's beautiful. And now celebrate yours and say, I am too. Even if I don't feel it, even if I don't believe it. It was changing my thinking. And I didn't understand that was changing my life. And that's powerful in every aspect. And powerful of just being grateful. Hey, God, thank you. Because another thing I struggled with is, okay, I have this autoimmune disease. I know what to do, but now I can't afford it, right? At the time I was struggling financially. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. How can I help someone? I can't even get to what I need to show them what they need. You know what I mean? And God said, he was like, do what you can with what you have. Okay. And then trust me and just move forward. And so it's like, okay, what can I buy organically? I can buy this. Okay. And maybe I can't go buy this rice machine, or maybe I can't go buy, all this other stuff, but I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to be grateful for it. And it was those steps. And then he kept providing, and he keeps providing. And it was those that also changed my focus and the power of that, instead of wallowing in, why don't I have this? I can't do this. And it's like, and then I feel like a victim and I can't move forward. No. We're not a victim. We take control, and we one step at a time, and we thank God for everything. There's a verse. What is it? Like Philippians? Philippians. It's in Philippians. It's like being grateful. It's praying. I should have memorized, right?
Look it up. No worries. We'll put it look it up, and I'll put it in the show notes for you.
Okay. I'll do it. I love it. But bring everything to prayer and be thankful for everything. Worry about.
It's really, it makes sense. You're coming into all of it you've been through, and still being able to provide for yourself and to be healthy. You don't need a lot. I think that was the misconception that I think a lot of consumer and capitalism saying, to have that healthy mindset, or just a way of your own body. Like you said, it's feeling good about who you are, and then observing, where are you lacking, or where can you grow from, and using it more of a, where can you grow in positivity. And I think you're completely right on that end, because there's just so much negativity out in the world. We need to really absorb and get more of that self-love and body love, and then look within and look to your faith, if that's, what you need to grow, to get beyond. That's awesome. I really appreciate, you being on the show, and I'd love for those to find out how they can reach you, because I know you said you have a few upcoming things.
Yes, actually, I have a subscription coming out to help kind of guide people through the steps of
That's
taking
great.
back.
You have a membership, right? And we talked about that. You have it with we both have a we both work with the Flip Lifestyle, Sheena and Jocelyn's group. So
Yes.
that's awesome. That's how we met each other. So you're having a membership. And what's your website, and how can they reach you?
Yeah, it's called Health Renewed. It's healthrenewed.org. And if you get on there, it kind of shows you the different, we have one-on-one coaching, or we have a membership you can go in. And it just kind of brings you kind of on a journey to help start getting back control of your health.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think it's important. And I'm glad that you, are sharing this with others, because your journey is a way to help so many other people, and what works, and you're going to gain. And there's so many people out there that are suffering with autoimmune disease and have no idea what to do. And they're just taking medicine after medicine, and they just don't think that there's any cure or thoughts. I'm not even saying that we're saying cure, but we're just saying, is there some parts that can help relieve some of our symptoms?
Yes.
And
yeah.
and you can help them with that. And also too, just being that you're listening and guiding them is so important.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no. Yes. I praise God for everything that he shows, like where he leads me and he guides me. And so it's a Christian base. So I do let people know that, so they don't go in there and be like, whoa.
Oh no. So it's, you're
got a lot.
I didn't add that in there, but you're a worship Christian faith based, women's group. And that's beautiful. And there's plenty of women that need the word of God and, and need the faith to grow and to get stronger. And and those are the women that you're going to provide. And those are the group that will be there. And I can't wait for it to grow and for more and more people to know about you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
So,
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative of you being on the show. Is there anything else you'd like to leave the audience before we go?
I just want to encourage you to not give up hope. It's one step at a time. We don't get to the top of the mountain by just a big jump. It's one step forward at a time. And that's how we get there. And so it's a journey. It's I think they say something where it's like, also, it's not what they say, it's progress, not perfection. I don't know. I think someone told me that. They were like, do you say that in the AA? And so I was like, oh, I really like that saying, it's progress, not perfection, just keep going forward. Doesn't have to be perfect.
I agree. I'm always saying I'm a work in progress.
I love it.
I'm a work in progress daily.
My hair is a work in progress all the time.
Oh, totally. Well, I really enjoyed having you on, and thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
And everyone that is listening or watching, thanks again for a wonderful episode and tuning in. And I hope that you guys find a mindful way each and every day. Thank you for listening to the Mindfully Integrative Show with Dr. Damaris Maria Grossman, family nurse practitioner. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not the substitute for professional medical advice, diagnose, or treat. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your healthcare routine. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you enjoyed our show, please support us by leaving a mindful review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite streaming platform. Interested in being a guest or more information? Email us at info@mindfullyintegrative.com. For resources mentioned in the show, visit our website at www.mindfullyintegrative.com. You can also connect mindfully with Dr. Damaris on her social media links found on the site. May your strength and peace guide you to find a mindful way every day. Namaste.